I'm rolling.
Okay, well, we just wanted to kick it off with if you could introduce yourself and describe yourself briefly just for the intro of the interview.
All right. My name is Johnny Yong Bosch, and I am playing Torch. Baddie.
In what film?
Well, do we know? The film was Death Grip, but has been changed to Rise and Fail.
Yay!
Which I dig. I think it's a cool title. You know, it was, it's kind of interesting actually. I think the first time I heard of the stunt people was, I think I was at Comic-Con. I was signing autographs and stuff like that. And then I had a moment, so I just wandered around or whatever. And then Eric saw me walk by, and I guess he recognized me from something else I had done. And he said, "Here, check this out," and showed me, what was it, Contour? Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. I checked it out, and I thought it was awesome, and then hit him up. I was like, that was great. And a few years later, he hits me up on Facebook and emails me and says, "Hey, I want to do a film." I was like, cool. Let's do it. Well, I think for me, I love indie projects, you know? I don't necessarily need to get like a lot of pay or anything. I just like the feel of it, you know? It's rougher. And usually the people that are working, there's a different feeling, you know? It doesn't feel like if I were, like the bigger stuff that I've worked on, people are yelling at each other and they hate each other, but then you go to like some small indie thing, there's like only a handful of people and they all get along for the most part. So I like that small family feel to it, you know.
What attracted you to working with Eric and the stunt people as well?
I think it was just the idea of doing like this indie project. I like the idea of like a group of people trying to make something happen with some little small idea, and to be a part of something like that just feels good, you know, and I like doing that, you know. In a bigger project, you know, it wouldn't matter who I am, you know. Not that this really matters who I am, but it just feels good because it's like, you know.
Oh, it matters. You're our star.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So now that we've shot, like, I'd say about half the stuff that you're in and most of the movie, what can you say about the style and the choreography and the fighting and just the movie in general?
Well, it's changed quite a bit from the script, the part of the script that I had. Well, I only got part of the script, actually. So I kind of had an idea, and at first I was like, dude, I don't know what this is about. I'm like emailing him, texting him, hey, can you send me something? And so finally I got a little bit more and some backstory. I'm like, okay, I guess I kind of have an idea who this character is. And then we showed up to shoot a sequence that is actually being reshot, so it doesn't even matter. But it was all changed on the day, and then the second day coming in, it was all changed again. I was like, oh man, this is the way it's going to be the whole time. And which is cool. I just want to feel like I'm doing a good job. And for me, I need a little more time than I think other people just kind of pick it up and go. For me, I need to be prepared. So with that feeling, I just knew it's just coming in, all right, I'm just going to wing it, you know, and hope that I do things right. But then after seeing a few things, you know, when we did the big fight in this room or whatever, things started to feel good. And Eric showed me some of the sequences before this, and then I remember in the script where he has that kitty vision or whatever, where things all go, well, where he thinks they're going to go great but don't, you know? And I just love that idea of that, you know, taking it so much further. There's something unique about it, you know. It's kind of hard to explain. It is something that I think you'll watch it and you'll just kind of be like, ah, this is pretty funny. You know, the other thing I really do like about small indie projects, which everybody's doing here, is like everybody has an idea, you know, not that all ideas are taken, but you can voice your idea, you know, and it won't be immediately shut down. So that's pretty cool.
Can you elaborate on that? Like working with Eric specifically?
Yeah, well, for one example is just that final fight. It wasn't already planned out, you know. So we show up, and he's like, "So what do you think?" You know, we're thinking. He's kind of gives me an idea of what he's thinking about And I even asked about like, are you gonna do that Kinevision stuff or whatever? Because I thought that was such a cool idea. And then after just talking it out a little bit, we kind of structured that whole final fight with that idea.
Together.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna say anything more because then I'll be ruining it. Actually, I don't even know if you want to mention that. What do I enjoy the most? I think you know, it's weird because I feel like I'm just kind of winging it. Because usually, yeah, it's something I kind of prepare and then I have an idea of these guys, and this one it changes, and I think that's what like this, you know, it was Death Grip, you know, but then as you guys are shooting the film, it no longer feels like this title is appropriate, so then it changed to Rise and Fail, and I feel like what I thought Torch was in the beginning isn't exactly what Torch, who he is, you know, and so it's kind of changing and evolving. And I think that's probably the coolest part that, for me, is like, okay, well, it's just something that we're just going to make it, and it's just going to be this organic thing that kind of, you know, starts to make itself into an idea, you know. It's pretty cool. It's cool seeing that it actually is coming together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes it doesn't always work out that way, you know, it ends up becoming a big mess. That's right.
What happened to your arm right there?
Oh, this? Yeah, well, we were crashing. We tore apart this bathroom that was built, and we had a little bit remaining of the bathroom that needed to apparently come down, and I was being shoved into it, and it wasn't scored. So in my head, I was just thinking, well, all I need to do is just hit it as hard as I can. So that's what I did, with the help of Eric shoving me through it to make sure that I got all the way through. Yeah, that's fun though. You know, it's kind of like. It's just a rough housing kind of, it's just kind of a cool feeling. Usually the stunt guys probably step in and do that kind of stuff, so that's another nice thing about this.
You get to do your own stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, Bruce. Can you see that one?
Yummy.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Eric. Thanks for that.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Remember that the day when I was like, so do you have to hit me with your fist? Like 90 times.
And then change the action after
Yeah.
that.
Well, we had to change the action because it wasn't exactly reading. But, I mean, I wanted to change it because it was hurting. It's like, you know, this is actually kind of starting to hurt.
Does anybody have any other questions? Well, thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, no problem.
And I think that's it for the interview.
Cool. So is somebody going to take me to the airport tomorrow?
I'm calling you a cab. Let's just set the record straight. I woke up at 5:30.